today we will be reviewing Ryse Loaded Protein Powder. As always, if you guys would like to check out the full blog post on this product here, head over to Google and search Feast Good plus Ryse. There you'll find the full article along with a way to save some money if you guys decide to purchase. Let's get straight into this one. Ryse supplements are one of those brands that has exploded over the last few years due to the fact that they pay their athletes very heavily to promote their product. Someone like myself, who is not affiliated with the brand or its products, I wanted to crack open a bottle for myself and to see if it lived up to its hype. Ryse Loaded Protein uses a blend of whey isolate, whey concentrate, and sodium caseinate, which are fast, medium, and slow digesting proteins respectively. Since peanut flour and MCT powder are both listed before sodium caseinate in the ingredient list, we can infer that there is very little casein protein in the actual product. They have added MCT oil, which they claim on their website is for increasing strength, which adds a creamy texture to the protein powder itself. They have also added organic inulin fiber, which provides a host of benefits including satiety and improved calcium and magnesium absorption. The macros for the protein are as follows, and these are depending on the flavor you choose. 25 grams of protein, 3 to 6 grams of carbs, 2.5 to 3 grams of fat, and 1 to 2 grams of sugar. The total calorie content of Ryse protein is between 130 to 150. With each flavor offering the same 25 grams of protein per scoop, the protein percentage ranges from 67 to 77%. Specifically talking macros and calories. For this reason, my most recommended flavors of Ryse protein would be the cinnamon toast and fruity crunch. 77% protein per serving, which fall within our criteria for a good protein source. Overall, I really like the Ryse Loaded Protein. In fact, I think I went through this protein tub faster than a lot of other proteins that I've tried in the past because I really enjoyed integrating it into my everyday life. This is a protein that I would incorporate or buy those specific flavors and use occasionally as a treat or like a late night snack. First off, I loved its great texture. Due to the combination of the added MCT oil, inulin fiber, as well as the gum blend, Ryse Loaded Protein Powder has a nice creamy texture. Typically, whey isolates and concentrates tend to mix up on the thinner side, especially if they contain more isolate than concentrate. Ryse protein has a thick and smooth texture, whether mixed with water or milk. The second thing, it has great digestibility. Because of the combination of the high quality protein and the prebiotic fibers, I found Ryse protein to digest very easily with no negative side effects like gas or bloating. Even with my dairy sensitivity, I found this protein left me feeling really good afterwards. Though it is technically not lactose free and may be more reactive for individuals with more severe allergies. So watch out. The third thing I enjoyed about Ryse was it mixes very well. I was really impressed on how completely this protein dissolves. It took me very little effort to mix it into water or milk and stirred easily into oatmeal. The first thing, it does have a weird aftertaste. I specifically tried the vanilla peanut butter flavor, and while it was good, I found that when it had just mixed with water, there was a slight chemical aftertaste. The second thing I did not like about the protein is that it is a bit more expensive. Currently, Ryse protein is listed between $42.99 and $44.99 for a 27 serving tub, or $72.99 for a 54 serving tub. This makes the cost anywhere from $1.35 to $1.67 per serving. Other whey isolates and concentrate blends like Optimum Nutrition Gold Standard Whey retail for as low as $1.15 per serving. On the other hand, you have brands like Ascent Whey that are Informed Choice certified and also gluten-free that don't use artificial flavors or colors and retail for the same cost as Ryse. Ryse protein isn't off the charts expensive, but may be out of budget for some consumers. Let's now get into one of my favorite parts when it comes to these reviews, and that's seeing how it stacks up against the rest of the proteins that we have reviewed. We've given it a 3.5 out of 5 on nutrition label transparency. They pride themselves on having 0 proprietary blends and completely transparent ingredient lists, which is true on the actual bottles, but there is no ingredient information available online. We've given it a 4.5 out of 5 on fat content transparency. The nutrition label clearly labels the fat content, which is 2.5 grams or 3 grams, like I said, depending on the flavor, and lists the amounts of saturated 1.5 grams and trans fat, which is 0 grams. We've given it a 4 out of 5 on effective ingredients. We like the performance additives of MCT oil and inulin fiber to help with the energy and digestive health, but have taken some points off due to the fact that it does have high amount of additional ingredients. We've given it a 3 out of 5 on protein percent of calories. Depending on the flavor, Ryse Loaded Protein has anywhere between 66 to 77% of protein per scoop. Total calorie content ranges from 130 to 150 calories per scoop, depending on the flavor, but protein stays consistent at 25 grams. We've given it a 4 out of 5 on taste. Overall, the product tastes great and most online reviews echo this. I experienced a chemical-like aftertaste like I mentioned with the vanilla peanut butter that I have in front of me, but only when mixed with water, and I did not taste that with oatmeal or milk or anything else. We've given it a 4.5 out of 5 on mixability. I think its good mixability is one of Ryse's most redeeming qualities and kept me coming back to drink it more and more every single week. When it comes to thick or thin, on the texture side, we've given it a thick. Ryse protein has a thick and creamy texture even when mixed with 8 ounces of water. We've given it a 3.5 out of 5 on satiety. I found Ryse protein to provide decent satiety when used as part of a meal or a snack between meals. When taken on its own, I was hungry about 2 hours later. Someone who enjoys sweet and unique flavors, since they actually do offer a unique collaboration with Jeff Puffed marshmallows. Another person I recommend is somebody with gluten allergies. All Ryse supplements are gluten-free. Anyone with a milk or soy allergy, and someone on a more restrictive budget. What do you all think about this protein? Have you tried it? Do you like the taste? Are you getting that aftertaste that I was mentioning? I want to hear what your guys' thoughts are down in the comment section. And if that's all, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.